Okay, so I have a question for you guys. Do you ever wonder what all of the furry fandom-based animals or species are? I'm not talking about the general animal hybrids like Fulfs or Wolfskis, though that last one does sound pretty cute. I'm thinking of the more unique hybrids like Sergals, Manakits, Protogens, Dutch Angel Dragons. They're considered to be exclusive species that act as Fursona options in the fandom. But the real question is, how do these Fursonas or fandom species come to be anyways? What is the inspiration and origin of some of these creatures? And most importantly, what's a cheese wheel? But heyo guys, my name's BetaEtaDelota, and today we'll be talking about the species of the furry fandom. Now recently, I've been very interested in learning about the different furry fandom based animals and some of the key factors in what makes them unique. But because there wasn't a readily available option for people to learn about these species besides an online search leading to separate Furfinity and Tumblr pages, most of which can have varying levels of information, I decided to create a little series dedicated to informing you guys about the need to know information on these species. Cause let's be honest here, when haven't you gone to YouTube to learn something easily? The way I'll go about doing these types of videos is simple. Discuss the origins of the furry species of interest and proceed to break down its defining features along with the little facts that make it so special or unique to the fandom. But as for today's installment, we'll be talking about a recently developed furry species known as the Protogen. Now most of you already have an idea of what a Protogen looks like or can easily recognize it if given specific details such as it being a robotic Sergal hybrid, but despite all that, what really is a Protogen and how did it grow into such a popular Fursona choice in the fandom? Well, to understand the origin of the Protogen, we have to first understand the history of its predecessor known as the Primagen. This elder species known as the Primagen was originally created by the user Malice-Risu on Furfinity around a year or two ago. It was actually much longer than that. A basic summary of the Primagen is that it's an artificially designed creature with a raptor-like appearance. They're supposed to be roughly 70% machine-based and 30% organic, with the most prominent feature being the long box visor over their face. It was originally intended as a closed species in which the creator of the Primagen was the rightful copyright owner. So in turn, you really weren't and still aren't allowed to make your own Primagen Fursona. Now there was one other way to get the rights to your own Primagen, specifically through monthly auctions on the creator's Furfinity page, but besides that, they weren't available to anyone. But after much demand for the species to be made public, the creator eventually made a secondary species that derived from the Primagen known as the Protogen. In a top secret biotech facility, a race of superior beings have created a range of cyborg creatures, each with the intended purpose of exploring the outer unknown reaches of the universe. The Protogen sports a fluffy coat, large claws, and a cybernetic system similar to the Primagen, but with a 40% artificial to floof ratio. Now because the Protogen is based off the closed Primagen species, the creator made sure that its design was unique enough to be recognized as a separate species or entity altogether. Some important physical aspects for Protogens are things like having biological ears, a rounded visor, having a more upright standing position, and most importantly, no raptor-like anatomy. But with some of these different traits being very narrow, the creator of the species allowed for, I believe, up to 2 or 3 traits from the Primagen that could be applied to the Protogen. This would allow for more variety in the types of Protogen Fursonas available for creation instead of the same concept with different colors. Besides all that, there are still many more traits and features that make the two species look unique. Because of this, I'll be leaving a few links to different informational pages down below if you wanted to learn more about them yourself. For now though, I have a very special treat for you guys. I don't do this too often, so this is exciting to see how it'll turn out. A very friendly Protogen and furry YouTuber by the name of DrWildLife will be joining us to discuss her experiences as a Protogen and what it's like to own a Protogen fursuit. So please give a warm welcome to DrWildLife.
Hey guys, it's DrWildLife. Now when I found the world of Protogens, I was immediately drawn to them due to them being caught in this world that is half nature, half tech. Very much similar to how my career is. So I felt like it was a good representative of not only what I do as a profession, but who I am as a person. Now, as mentioned in this video previously, in lore, Protogens were created by a higher intelligence, more advanced race for the purpose of space exploration. As y'all may very well know from our own space programs here on Earth, space exploration requires a team of different types of expertise with different backgrounds and skills. Because of this, Protogens often have widely different duties that fit into the lore. It's completely up to the owner of a specific Protogen to determine what their character's duty is to fit this purpose. For example, I've met people who've created Protogens who are engineers, welders, and even pilots. Now, my Protogen, if you haven't guessed already, is designed around being a biologist who studies life on other planets. The one thing I think is very unique about Protogens is their limbs work on a plug-and-play system. Basically, their tail, arms, and legs can pop out of sockets and new limbs can be attached. This means that my Protogen could theoretically replace all of her limbs and her tail with more aquatic features to make ocean exploration even easier. The limits are actually your own imagination. Now, Protogens really do make for awesome suits, though I may be a bit biased. They're not only very comfortable to wear, they also have some of the best vision I have ever had in a suit. In fact, looking through this visor is much like looking out of a pair of sunglasses. I have a very wide field of vision and a very clear field of vision, which makes it very easy to see people and tell what's going on around you. Now, I'd like to give a shout out to KAIBORG Studios, as I really do think they did a wonderful job bringing my Proto Girl to life. And let's face it, Protogens are just so cool beyond words. Fluffy cyborg creatures from space. How could you resist joining that world?
So there you guys have it. That's pretty much all the information you would need to know about Protogens in order for you to hopefully make your very own. Or you can just be more informed about a fictional character, that's an option as well. Then again, it may not be so fictional if people like DrWildLife are bringing their Fursonas to life like this. God, you guys are so talented. I'm gonna be honest though, this entire series really does warm my heart, even if it is only the first installment. This series alone is just another example of the creativity that the furry fandom is capable of and how they're not only able to create a whole new species, but bring it to life as well. So I would like to genuinely say thank you to Malice-Risu for bringing another creative aspect to the fandom. People like you have worked wonders for all of us, and we can't thank you enough. And now I want to thank you all for watching. Someone needs to stop me from making these videos. But still, that about does it for today, guys. Be sure to let me know what you thought of this video in the comments below. I greatly appreciate any and all feedback I receive, especially on new series like this. I'd also like to give a big thank you to DrWildLife for helping me with this video. Please go and show her some love and support on her channel, since she makes some pretty adorable content with her Protogen. And hey, if you're interested, feel free to support me on Patreon. I did just update some of the rewards for the different tiers, so now you can get more exclusive things out of supporting me, such as a certified Life Jacket Squad badge. Besides that, I've got nothing else. Have a good day, guys, and as always, stay Life Jacket. Take care.